Oh my God, you having a laugh? Well, it's just going to do an update. And the rod's gone off again. Mate, hold the camera. Floaters are in the lead. Well, floater on...
Yeah, boy.
Right, welcome to a new video then. So, we are back on the bank.
Every video we do this. And as this one was sulking in the
About a fish, about a fish, about a fish, about a fish. Right, welcome to a new video. We're back on the bank and you join us doing another versus... Come on. So it's going to be floater fishing versus ZIG rigs.
Nah.
And we've just come out for a couple of hours on the evening, and yeah, we thought we'd have a bit of fun, do a bit of a versus. We haven't done one yet this year, so why not?
Yeah, thought we neither of us caught one off the top yet. We haven't been out for a month, and so we thought we'd come down to a local little water, try and catch some fish, and yeah, put these two methods against each other and see which one comes out on top. So
Hugh's going to be on the floaters, on the floater setup. I'm going to fish zigs. We're probably just going to fish one rod each, just to keep it quite fair. And possibly even fish out the same swim, so it's as accurate as we can do it, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, let's get some floaters out there, see if we can get them feeding, and let's see how it goes.
Yep. Come on.
Come on.
Come on, the floaters. Just wanted you to know, Shaun's not caught a fish for about 2.5 months. What a muppet.
What are you going to put on? Are you going to put a floater on a ban? I'll put it to the right a bit. He's away, he's away. Oh no. Oh, what a disaster. What a disaster. He's through it, mate, he's through it. It's literally wrapped all around, hasn't it? No. There we go, there we go.
Oh, your line.
Oh my God, what's going on? It's still on the popping. Oh dear, what a disaster that was. I thought that was going to go quick. I love how you put it down, I'm like, mate, it's going. First one.
In the nut.
26 minutes from starting from the van, that.
Right then, well there we go, first one off the top and first one for the year, so yeah, nice little achievement for an evening session. Slip it back and see if we can get a couple more.
You're gonna let him go.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him so he's going out the middle.
There he goes.
Hey.
Go on, lad. Hugh's had a bit of a fail. Jesus. Ooh.
Absolutely nailed it. Where is it now?
I don't know. It went into the bank at about 400 miles an hour. Happens to everyone, mate. Happens to everyone that can't cast.
Right. Just keep watching.
Do what he says, not how he does. Oh, look at that line. Oh dear.
No, that's just going so well.
Oh dear, oh dear. Go on, Zig. before he drops off.
Oh no, this 3 pounder might drop
Yeah,
off.
it's for the video, mate, isn't it?
Oh, for the video, yeah. What, you haven't caught a fish in like 3 months?
Exactly. The first bite I've had in about 2.5 months.
Generous. Oh, that's close. How would you have stopped me? You had 0. Yeah, I think it's only up long. There you go, you've got plenty of free line. Getting there, where is he? Sharp. Come on,
Got a nice fish.
Oh yeah, lovely, yeah.
Oh dear.
Salmon rolling, man.
Job done.
Job done, let's go in. Right then, well, fish number 2 for the floater. And yeah, as this one was just sulking in the net and we were setting the cameras up, Shaun's zig's gone rattling off. And as soon as he hasn't had a fish in about 2.5 months, you're about to see a very happy Shaun. So yeah, don't mock him on the size. He hasn't been catching many. Let's get it back.
I've had a fish. I've had a fish. I've had a fish. I've had a fish. So Hugh just informed you, I haven't had a fish for a while, so it's nice to finally be holding the carp. I've been doing a bit of blanking on the syndicate, and I haven't actually been out fishing for over a month now because work, this, that and the other. But anyway, it's nice to be holding up a fish. This is the first bite to the zigs, over depth zigs I've been using, and yeah, nice to have a fish. So it's currently 2-1, but we'll get this one back, get that rod back out of there, and hopefully I'll be showing you a couple more. Right, your zig's off again. We were just doing a bit of an update. And it's away again. Literally just fishing one rod. That's all that's needed. Just one rod, and then just keeping the feed going in nice and consistent. Just to keep them troughing. They are having it quite nicely out there. Just trickling in. A few floaters, little and often. This one's fishing slightly over depth, so it is actually fishing on the top, but obviously it's static and just sat out there fishing in one position, whereas the floater rod you can move around and obviously move it according to where the fish are taking the bait. So this is a little bit more of a lazy man's game in a way, but it does work quite well. This is bite number 2, which will be 2-all if I get it in the net. Hugh's just putting out a few floaters now, just to try and keep them on it. Going back to the... He's obviously heard those mixers going in, he's going back for them. Get in that net, get in that net. Come on, get in there. Oh. Lovely. Here's a little tip. When you've got one in the net, if you're using a leg clip, just unloop the rig. Makes it a lot easier instead of trying to lift them out with a rod with a long hook length. So quick little tip there. Saves you a lot of hassle. Number 2 for me is in the net. He's currently got his number 3 on. I was literally just setting the camera up to get my little one out, and Hugh's had one on the floater rod. Probably not. Oh, he is. I did that a minute ago, mate, when I went to bring it out. I thought, is there even anything in there? Whee! There we go then, fish number 2 for me. Again, on the ZIG rig, just fishing them slightly over depth. And yeah, we've had another one. Hugh's got one as well, just resting in the net. Literally had it just after I got this out. I was just setting the camera up, and he's had one off the top. So it's currently 3-0, what, 3-0? It's not, 3-2 to Hugh. So we'll get this one home, and let's see if we can catch up and make it 3-all. Happy days.
Fish number 3 for the floater setup. And yeah, happy days. We've haven't been fishing, I reckon, about 15 minutes in total, and we've had 3 fish. By the time we get one back, sort the other one out, get the camera sorted, and so on. Yeah, it takes a little while to get the rods back in the water. So let's slip him back, and yeah, see if we can have another one. Right then, I thought I'd just quickly talk you through the setup I've been using. So I've got a 9-foot 2 3/4 rod, lovely little test curve for your floater setup, gives you plenty of play in action, and yeah, nice and sensitive. Down to that, I've got a 4,000 size reel with some floating line on it. That's £15. I don't like to sort of narrow down my diameter of line. I like nice strong stuff, especially if I'm going to stick it in a tree. Going down to that, I've got a bolt float and then some 12-pound hook length. So yeah, the only bit I will narrow down is the hook length, and that's obviously because it's near to where the carp's going to be sniffing around and it's less visible to them. Then I'm going to go down to a size 8 ESP gripper hook, which is barbed or micro barbed as per the fishery rules. And on there, it's a little bit different and it's a little bit against the grain. I started off banding on one of the mixers that were firing out, but to be honest, they didn't last long enough and started sinking. And so what I've actually ended up doing is hooking on a bit of cork sideways. And although it looks a little bit awkward, I must admit the first one I caught on it was absolutely nailed, like a good 3-4 inches down. And yeah, it's obviously got me a second bite as well. So yeah, something I actually have taken away from this session myself. So if in doubt, hook on a bit of cork.
Oh geez, trying to get in a tree. Is that 30? Oh, he's come off!
No. Got on.
Right, this is fish number 3 for me. I've actually dropped one off. Hugh's just been keeping the mixers going in while he's fishing on the floater rod on the surface, but they do seem to be quite readily taking this ZIG now. We're not catching anything big today, but it is nice to be getting a few bites. He's having a go. Bosh, another happy customer. Right then, so number 3 for me. I've caught up to Hugh. Another one on the ZIG. Absolute pristine looking mirror. Really lovely condition. I mean, just look at the mouth on that. I don't think I've ever seen a better conditioned fish. This one's definitely at a Redmar looking at it. But anyway, yeah. Number 3, unfortunately, Hugh has also caught another one just after I got this one in the net. Now this one actually does look a little bit nicer. Little scaly one. So that's fish number 4 for Hugh, so it's now 3-4. So Anyway, let's get them both back. Hugh's just topping the spot up with a bit of bait. We're not competing against each other as we normally do in a versus. We're actually trying to fish a bit more as a team, but just trying to compare the two tactics together and see which one produces the most bites. So I've actually had another bite on the Zig, but it dropped off. So it should be 4-all, but it's not. So let's get these two back. They are lively. And let's get another one. Oh my God, you having a laugh? Well, I was just going to do an update. And the rod's gone off again. Mate, hold the camera. Well, it's come off. Oh no, oh, your line's there. Have you still got yours out? Yeah. Ah. Well, no, because if the line's right there, isn't it? Oh yeah, your line's right over it. We haven't got long left either. It's coming towards the end of the verses, and this actually puts me even, I think. It's just woken up again. It's a bit chunkier now. Oh, bosh! Right then, so you might have just seen, I just had to run down to the rod blasting off. I had another one on the Zig, so that makes it 4-all. So yeah, pretty even, well, dead even. We've had a couple of fish drop off here and there, so it's been really even all the way through the session. So although we've not really been able to pick out a winner in terms of which tactic seems to be the best, it does show that when you're fishing in one swim, fishing a rod each, that they are very equal in the way that they work. They just offer a slightly different presentation. So I'm fishing a Zig, slightly over depth. Now it's obviously fixed in position with a lead, so it doesn't act as naturally as some of the free offerings, but what it does mean is that you can keep the bait going in really consistently, because you're not holding a rod waiting to strike. You are literally just waiting for the rod to rip off. Now with Hugh, although he can still keep a little bit of bait going in, because he's got like a pouch around his waist with some mixers in and a catapult, so we can keep topping it up, it does mean that he's got to be ready to strike when he does have a fish take his hook bait. So it means you've got to be a lot more on the ball. It's a lot more active way of fishing. Over depth zigs is a little bit of a lazy man sport, but if we weren't fishing today together and I was on my own, I could have 2 zigs out there fishing all the time and just concentrate on feeding, and that actually can make a big difference. So anyway, it's been a wicked session. We haven't got long left. We are going to have to get going in a bit, but hopefully can we have one more before we get going. So anyway, I better get that zig back out on the money and see if I can nick one more and take the lead, and hopefully I can get the win. Come on. Right, there we go then. So that's number 4 for me, which makes it 4-all. So yeah, didn't really prove one was better than the other, but I think it's safe to say on the same day in the same swim with the same group of fish in front of you, they're both going to do the job. So although yeah, we didn't really sort of prove which one was better, I think we didn't need to, because they're both very good methods in the right situation. So
I think we definitely found that the more mixers we put in, the quicker we've got bites. I think Shaun's already touched on facts that, you know, one might be slightly more mobile than the other, but there's benefits to both. And I guess on each given day, have a go with either, see what you prefer. And I think floater fishing is probably one of, if not both, our favourite ways of fishing. So get out there and have a go yourself if you haven't before.
So on that note, thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, then please subscribe to the channel. Check out the social media shown on the screen now, and we'll see you next time.
Get out on the bank and be lucky.
Boom!
One take. One take. One take.
Oh dear. Right, let's get him out. Let's get moving.